Hi everybody. So I'm making a little video. My name's Julia. I'm sure you should know me by now. I'm making a little video for creating good guidelines for online yoga classes. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, because of the restrictions, we're having to embrace this technology if we want to keep up with our yoga. And I think it's very, very important in this time of uncertainty to really keep focused, connected, grounded, breathing well, moving, aware of our body, because there's so much tension, there's so much anxiety, there's so much uncertainty. Our yoga practice could be a really, really important aspect of our well-being during this pandemic. So I'm going to go through a few ideas today to kind of create a sense of safety, of creating a non-intrusive space and looking after yourself, and how you can really get the most out of virtual yoga classes. I've got my trusty notes here. So what we're going to do first of all is explain the technological side. Now I'm struggling with the technology, but I'm lucky I've got a son who's helping me get set up. So he set me up with cameras and Zoom. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the classes through Zoom, and what that means is I'll be emailing you a link and you can click on the link. If you've never done Zoom before, what happens is it says download Zoom and you click yes. Can I use your audio? Yes. Can I use your camera? Yes. Now obviously your device needs to have audio and a camera, otherwise it's not going to work. But then we should be set up. When I'm using Zoom, I will be muting all the participants when they come in, and that's just because if somebody forgets to mute themselves, there's creates feedback, so it's not such a nice experience when you're actually trying to relax. If you keep hearing this echo, 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 or if somebody's dog's barking or something like that, and you're hearing all of that extraneous noise. Of course, if you need to ask questions, you can type it into the chat, and I'll stay at the end of any class for 10 or 15 minutes if you have any questions that you want to ask me about your practice. And don't forget, you can contact me if you're in my classes. You can contact me about aspects of your practice. Email me or text me at any stage. I'm going to be using, he set me up with three videos, so I'll be using different angles. So this is like the sitting angle at the moment. I'll have to be using this during the class, so there'll be a standing angle. So you'll be able to see me better when I'm standing. And then there's the, you can see here, there's an inbuilt camera. So just say I'm doing something here, and you'll be able to see my feet. Now I've got some equipment around that I wanted to show you, so that's in the way at the moment, but you get the idea. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. But of course, I use my words a lot in my yoga practice, so to guide you. So I'm going to be recording the classes, but I'm not recording them on Zoom. So your faces, your practice isn't going to be being recorded. It's going to be recorded through the cameras that Ronnie has set up for me. And if anybody wants a copy of the recordings to look through during the week, I'll be sending out a link to them, so you'll be more than happy to use them. And they'll only be going out to the people in the class. I may use names in the class, like I might go, oh Julie, lower your shoulders, or Julie, breathe, whatever it is. But I won't be using full names. I won't be, people won't be able to hopefully identify you. But if you don't want that, you'll have to let me know about that. Okay. So it's a learning curve for me, and it's going to be a learning curve for all of us, but that's the way the pandemic's going. So one of the things I wanted to talk about now is to create that safe and non-intrusive space. So when you come to a yoga class, the room's set up, the room's clean, it's warm, and there's plenty of space, and you haven't got kids, grandkids, dogs, pets, neighbours, you haven't got all of those intrusions like you might have at home. So what you need to do is create a non-intrusive, dedicated space for your yoga practice. So how do you do that? You need to find a nice flat surface. If you've got a mat, use a mat. Otherwise it has to be non-slip. So you can't be wearing socks, say, on a wooden floor. Find some safe surface. And then you need plenty of space around you. So you're not going to knock into anything sharp. You're not going to break anything. You're not going to bang your elbow off anything. So you need to practice setting this up and see what space that you need. You need to decide where your device is going to go, your laptop, your iPad, your phone, whatever you're using. And you might need to kind of, like I often use, yoga blocks, or you could use books or little tables or whatever it is, and set it up so that, and try it out for yourself to see if, you can see me and I can see you while you're doing your poses. So that's just something to play with before the class starts. What else? So if you need equipment beforehand, I really recommend you have equipment. So if you've got your mats, grand. Now, of course, there's the yoga blocks. Now, I know not everybody has yoga blocks. So what I would recommend is 2 or 3 cushions, a couple of blankets, used for knees, wrists, whatever it is you need, and then maybe like a scarf or a belt that we can use for as a prop to help and support us. So have all of those ready before your class starts. And then really think about what is likely to disturb you, because you really want to keep your attention focused on yourself and not be drawn out into, the cat needs out, or the phone's ringing, or, the postman's knocking on the door, or whatever it is. So what I do is I would keep my phone away from the room I'm recording in. I put a notice on the door, like a blue tack, a little note on the door saying in class or in meeting or whatever it is. So that way you can really draw your attention on yourself rather than being pulled out, because that's one of the really important parts of a yoga practice. So the most important part of the home practice, though, I have done a few trials and I'm sitting there looking and I'm trying to see what people are doing. And obviously I'm going to be shifting from camera to camera, but you're not going to be doing that. So if you're lying and you're sitting and you're standing, you're not going to be wanting to move your screen up and down. And so I'm looking, and maybe you're doing like a pose like this and I can't see what you're doing at the back at all. So what's really important for me to understand is that you know how to keep yourself safe, because I haven't got my eyes and been able to see all around you, be able to walk around the class, give you your adjustments, whatever. I really need you to learn how to keep yourself safe in a yoga class. And the best way to do that is to listen to your body and have that mental attitude of do no harm. I am not going to hurt myself. My body is beautiful and precious to me, and I'm doing yoga to move it and to treat it with kindness and to treat it with love and to help me as I'm moving on in life. So you need to really think, how do I keep myself safe? The main ways is you listen to your body. So if you've got a shoulder injury and you're lifting your arms up and your arms, that's as far as my arm wants to go today, that's as far as you go. And you don't go, I'm going to push harder, I'm going to try harder. No, you just stop where you're at and then you try and relax and try and breathe. So you just go, breathe, soften, release. Feel the sensations of it. We're always tuning into the body. We start the yoga practice by centering to tune into the body and make sure we're keeping ourselves safe. So it's really, really important. The second thing you look at all the time is your breath. Am I breathing? If you're holding your breath, it's not proper yoga. And when we're learning something new, it's very, that's not yoga. So we need to kind of catch that and go, breathe. And if you're kind of going, no. It's kind of like yoga is not hanging on the edge of a cliff waiting for the pose to end. Yoga is, how do I soften? How do I move? How do I work the pose to bring relaxation? So I'm working and I'm relaxing at the same time. And that's the attitude. And if you watch your breath and your breath isn't labouring, that's yoga. And your body brings resistance in when it doesn't want to do something. It kind of goes, and that's as far. So you have to kind of go, oh, that's resistance. And then you soften and you relax. And you might be able to go a little deeper but you're not pushing, you're not straining, you're not forcing. So those are the most important health and safety aspects, is really listen to your own body, listen to your breath, keep yourself safe. If you need to come out of a pose, come out of a pose. If you need to take a seat, take a seat. If you need to lie down, lie down. I have to rely on you to look after yourselves, to be health and safety aware, to be responsible for your own health and well-being, because it's not so easy to see. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen. I really hope if you come to the virtual class that you come and keep yourself safe and enjoy it, and I think it's really important. So get in touch with me if for any reason, and just stay safe and stay well and stay connected, and hopefully continue to practice your yoga breaths, postures and movement. Thank you.